Hello, friends, and also random strangers on the internet. It's your old pal Raisinbow here. Um, Today, like most days, I'm streaming on the server with my bestie Acorn. You know, Acorn. You love Acorn, unless you don't. But you should. Anyways, so yeah, today we're just Minecrafting like usual. And I'm continuing my villain arc, even though there is no villain arc. Okay, let's see. Please work. Minecraft, work please. Yeah, okay guys. Here we are. Back at Minecraft. I should probably undeafen. Yeah. So, I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Well, my bestie Acorn here is exploring the mine down there. I'm not, because I'm kind of really bad at this game sometimes, and by sometimes I mean a lot of the times. But that's fine. Oh, here's my dogs. As a reminder, their names are, this is Goose, this is George, and this is unnamed Magenta. Still need to come up with a name for unnamed Magenta. Anyways, these are my dog pals. Last time I was trying to build something, but Acorn was all like, oh, I should probably join, I want to join your adventuring, and I'm just like, I'm trying to be an evil, sneaky little child. How am I meant to do that when you're just, deciding to follow me? Gosh. That failed. That was kind of sad. But it's okay, you guys. Yeah. Minecraft music is peaceful. Also, please let me know how the volume is, because, first time I streamed with Acorn was too quiet. Last time Acorn was too loud. So I don't know. Hello, chicken. Can I murder you, please? Oh, also my death count. Ooh, I forgot. If I attack something, my dogs will finish it. Yeah, let's go! See, my dogs are so helpful, you guys. Time to get the cow and the oh my gosh, that's a lot of pumpkins. We love those pumpkins, y'all. This is a beautiful day in Minecraft. I haven't died yet, even though I've been streaming for 3 minutes, but I suck at this game, so it would be kind of normal for me to die really quickly. It's probably gonna happen soon, though, because it's about to become night. Okay. Here's the thing. We gotta kill the cows and the sheep. Yeah, murder, you guys. We love a good old-fashioned murder.
Hello?
Hi.
What's up?
The sky.
Oh, cool. You made that joke literally earlier.
Okay, well, no one heard my hilarious comedy.
I'm joining. Whoa. Okay. Guess this is just loading. Forgot where I am.
You're in a cave.
Oh yeah, that's where I left you.
Yeah, I'm close to death, I think.
Oh, what the heck?
Is your computer not working today again?
Oh, I should be fine.
Should be.
I'm just in like a eternal black void, so that's lovely.
Okay. I don't know why there aren't any monsters around here.
What is going on? Oh, overlay. Oh, there we go.
Hello, dogs.
Oh, that was weird. Wait, where are you?
I am somewhere.
Oh my god, I forgot to tell you. I got like a bunch of iron. Like a bunch. Like almost an entire stack.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna craft you armor. Because I'm such a good friend.
You are such a good friend.
Do you have a... Okay, what armor do you have?
I have a below half helmet.
Okay. I'm just gonna make thing. Oh, I almost just made iron bars. That scared me.
Oh, there's a spider over there. Hopefully I don't get murdered.
Hopefully not. Because that would just be awful. I'd be so sad.
Dog. Here, eat this.
Okay, I left the armor in the chest for you.
Breed! Let's go.
What? Are you making the dogs breed?
Yeah, they have a little baby.
Oh
Hello.
my god,
They're
no.
so cute.
Okay, well, like I said, there can
I
only be
know.
3 in the house.
I know.
Okay, alright.
I
Just
have a plan.
making sure you know.
You underestimate me.
It's hard, but okay. So I need... I could just... No, I don't want to waste that. We could, like, save up for something.
We could.
Ugh, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it in my chest for now.
The tail wag is so
Nice.
cute.
I'm curious what your plan is gonna be.
What do you mean my plan?
It's to not have all of them in the house. I'm gonna breed the cows.
You're gonna burn the cows?
Breed the cows.
Are you at home?
Yes.
How?
Oops, I just broke
Can you
seeds.
tell me the chords in chat?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait, I gotta do it like...
Okay. Really scared I'm accidentally gonna hit my dogs.
I hope you do.
28.
I'm just kidding.
28. I was gonna be like, or 23. No, it's 28. I know how to function.
You know your 8s and 3s apart?
Totally.
Sorry. There's a little skelly boy.
A little skelly boy. Why are you calling it a skelly boy?
Jesus. Oh my god, I hate this lag. I need to find a way to reduce lag, guys.
You really do.
If any of you guys have,
Wait,
suggestions, I would be very happy.
Oh, baby dog?
Did your dog die? That would be funny.
Oh, no, it didn't. What do you mean that would be funny?
It would be kind of funny, like, you just get this puppy, and then it just dies.
Come on, guys, cancel Sophia.
I sound really evil, but, like, you have to admit that's funny. Like, you just got a puppy and it dies.
We gotta cancel her. She's wishing death upon my dog.
No, guys.
Cancel.
I'm not wishing death. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it would be funny if the dog died.
You're wishing death upon my
That's
dog.
all.
You're wishing death upon my dog. How have I not died yet?
I don't know, but you should.
I should die?
Yeah.
Screw you, you bully.
I'm not a bully. I'm just stating my opinion. Still got my puffer fish.
Die. Yeah, come on, dogs. Get him, get him. Yeah.
Are you close?
Oh, you guys sounded so sad. You're okay.
I need it. Cinematic shot.
Here, doggy. Here. See, you guys are okay. You guys are okay.
I need food.
Okay. 28. 69.
Are you almost home?
What?
Are you almost home?
No!
Ah, creeper.
Wait,
No.
actually, I am almost home.
Jesus Christ. Okay, good. Oh, hello.
Okay, my dogs, can they sleep with us just this one night?
Okay, fine. Just this one night.
Just this one night. Okay, thank you.
There's armor for you in the chest.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, bestie.
Hmm? They
didn't spawn any
even want to sleep
squirrels.
with us.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Wow. Just the door in my face.
I can't wait to murder these cows.
Watch out, there's a creeper. There's a creeper behind you!
I can see it!
Oh my god, bro.
What?
God.
Yeah, there's another one. No, stop.
Oh my
stop it.
god.
No, my dog! Wait, why are there only two
We
of
need
them?
dirt. This is so annoying.
Wait, why are there only two of my dogs? Shoot.
One of them died.
Wait.
No, it would have said in the chat if they died.
No, it wouldn't have because they're not
These
named.
cows are so loud. I'm killing them. God, if I can. Jesus Christ.
Guys, I think two of my dogs died.
No, it would have told you.
Would it have?
Yeah, it would have said wolf was blown up by creeper or something.
Then why can I only find two of them?
I don't know. Maybe you sat them down somewhere? Or they died in some other brutal way? I don't know. Ooh, I can make something leather. You're fine. They're pixels.
They literally died.
Wait, why is the leather horse armor in the crafting mint? You can craft horse armor? What? I thought you had to find them. Is that like new? Oh my god.
believe my freaking dogs died.
I don't think they died. They're just probably like,
I think they did die.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to them then.
We'll find out when we rewatch the VOD.
When you rewatch the VOD.
You.
I'm kidding, I probably will.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Excuse
saying.
me.
You probably will, and I probably won't, because I don't like to hear myself.
I don't think anybody does, to be fair.
For real. I just. There we go. So, bestie, how's your day going?
Good?
That's good. Do dogs drop anything when they die? No, right? They don't.
Are you gonna come back home anytime soon?
Why?
I'm just wondering.
Do you need something?
No, I'm just wondering.
Is this an elaborate plot to kill me?
I just want to know.
I'll come back home at some point.
Okay, I was just wondering, that's all.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm not sure how much I believe you, but you know, I'll trust you for now.
God dang it. Why can I, like, hear your desktop audio?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I just heard your Minecraft music.
I can hear myself echoing from your thing, so.
Oh, really? That's weird. That didn't happen last time, did it?
I don't think so. I was gonna say I wasn't there, and I'm like, I know I was there.
Your plate, what? Whatever. You're a bad farmer.
They were not grown this morning, so shut up!
They just grew, bro.
Well, they didn't grow when I was there, and I'm adventuring, so screw you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Goose. I know, your friend is dead, and also potentially the mother of your child, who's also dead.
What? What are you talking about?
My dogs!
Oh, your dogs? Yeah, they're probably dead, bro.
Can you, like, shut up?
I mean, you said it yourself.
Doesn't mean you have to repeat it.
To be fair, you don't even seem that disappointed that your dogs died.
I am!
You don't sound like it. Just
You know what?
saying.
You are a terrible pet owner to Wart.
Hey, we don't talk about Wart, okay? Wart is safe in the Ender chest. We're talking about a different world right now, guys.
Yeah, but you literally. Here's what. So, what Acorn here did is you had a bucket with a pufferfish in it, and then you placed the bucket down, and so frickin' Wart was swimming around dying. And then
That was not Wart.
Sorry,
That was not Wart. That was a different one. I
Sorry.
forgot his name.
Gort.
Gort. Yeah, it was Gort.
Can't
And then
even
he
remember your
died, and so I got a new
You
one and
can't
named him
even
Wart.
remember the name.
Dude, that was a long time ago.
It was
I
less
hate
than
this
a week.
lag.
It was less than a week ago, bestie.
I could edit like my video settings, I guess, but like I don't want to.
Bro, can dogs eat rotten flesh?
Yeah.
Do they get hurt eating rotten flesh?
I'm actually not gonna tell you yes or no because I think it's funny if I don't.
Screw you. Bestie,
Just feed it to him and see what happens. You learn somehow.
do you have any food? Wait, never mind, I have some.
Oh my god, bro.
Fine, I'll take the gosh darn rotten flesh, but if my dog dies because of you, I will show no mercy.
Okay.
I hate you.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Why do you hate me?
Because you don't care about my dog's life.
I mean, it's just a bunch of pixels, to be
Then why
fair.
did you care so much about War? You were like, oh my gosh, I lost War, and you were like distressed.
Because Wart was beautiful, okay? Wart still is beautiful.
Are you calling my dogs ugly?
Yes.
Hey, bestie. You know how I'm the owner of this server?
Yeah.
Did you know I can do something with the...
What can you do? What can you do?
I can, give myself op and, kill you or kick you.
Okay. And how's that gonna solve the issue of me calling your dogs ugly?
Because you won't be allowed on my... No! Wolfie Pop!
Oh no.
Where did you go? Okay. So guys, I've learned you can, in fact, feed your dogs rotten flesh without them dying. You can also breed them with rotten flesh.
Oh, did you breed your dogs?
You shut up.
You're trying to replace the ones that died.
You replaced Wart, like, right away.
That's because I was depressed, okay?
Well, maybe I'm depressed about my...
I needed a little pufferfish friend.
Yeah, because
and
you
that is
killed your
why.
previous pufferfish. It was murder.
I wanted to let him go for a swim. Are you almost home?
Yes.
Hurry.
Be patient.
No.
We're best friends, you guys. We love each other.
Totally. I eeping.
Okay, well, I'm about to eat. Hello, my precious little doggy.
Great, we have a little puppy now.
You're a little cute. Oh, you're so cute.
I'm going to go breed the cow.
Hey, bestie.
my god, bro.
What?
What?
Any rotten flesh?
Sorry,
back
I was lagging. I want to punch the stupid dog.
What?
Nothing.
Do you have any rotten flesh?
I need to edit my. Ugh. Okay. Graphics fast. Oh, that's so ugly. I don't care. Um, render distance 10, I guess. That probably won't change much, but. Mm, fast. No, I think I don't know. Um. Okay, it's looking a little bit better. Hello.
It's growing. Bessie, do you have any rotten flesh?
No, look, you're a bad farmer. Go farm it. Good job. That one grew.
Be patient.
You just trampled the land. Oh shoot, I just broke one. You trampled the land. Oh my god. You trampled the land.
Hey, guess
You
what?
can't jump on it.
Do you want to
Now
know
replace all the seeds.
Do you want to know what you are?
Replace all the seeds.
Do you want to know what you
You're a
are?
bad farmer. You want me to be the farmer?
What? No, I
You want me to be the farmer?
No.
Why'd you hand me the hoe then?
You know what? Forget it.
Okay, I'll be the farmer.
Just freaking farm if you want to. I don't care anymore.
Yay.
Because you're bad at jokes.
How is that relevant? What?
Literally just like nothing. Just
I'm sorry. Did it actually upset you?
what?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna move it over to the cow pen area.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Because it makes more sense.
I said go ahead and do that. I didn't
Huh?
complain. I didn't complain. I just said go ahead and do that.
Oh, I thought I heard you say why.
No. Is that a creeper?
Let's see. I'm gonna grow it here.
Not a creeper, just me being an idiot. We love it.
Mm.
Did I leave my
Oh,
dog
this
out?
is annoying.
I agree. What are we talking about? Okay. Doop, doop, doop.
Okay, I gotta go make the fence one longer because my OCD. I don't even think I have OCD, but I don't know. It must be even.
Okay, wait.
Oh, of course. We don't have any more fences. This is
Whee! Okay. Go into the hole.
fantastic.
Into
Fantastic.
The hole, and out of the hole and home before dark. Okay. You don't want to go into the hole, do you? You know what? You don't have to go into the hole.
It's fine. We can just do a 4x4 for the farm. Because that's not weird at all. Right, guys?
Bessie, do you have like any food at all?
No, I do not.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you're live.
Whoa, what the heck? My thing just... That was weird.
I got a notification that was like, hey, Acorn on my head is live.
Did it just go out?
No, I was just looking at my notifications.
Oh, gotcha.
Cause I'm a silly little man like that.
Indeed.
Big dramatic sigh. I wonder what I'm gonna name my little dog.
Butthead.
I was about to hit you, but then I was like, I don't want my dog to come attack you.
What happened to your other dogs? Are they sitting?
Yeah.
Where?
Somewhere.
Oh, you're like a bad owner. You just left your dog somewhere in the open.
You don't understand. You just don't understand. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, I wouldn't get it.
You
Why? Why wouldn't I get it?
You just wouldn't get it.
Why? Why?
Because
Explain.
you have no appreciation for my dog, so you don't understand.
Well, I just want to know. Like, why would you just leave your dogs, like, vulnerable like that, you know?
They're not vulnerable, they're safe.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Screw you, you're so mean to me.
I'm sorry.
Bestie, what time do you have to leave?
Oh my god, this is so annoying. What?
What time do you have to leave?
Like, end stream?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I'm not, like, planning anything, so.
I see.
Why?
I just said I see.
What do you want to know?
Nothing.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Well,
Okay.
I was just
I mean, oh no.
chicken.
Do 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 do.
Where'd my wolf go? There you are. Oh, such a good little wolfie. Do you want some chicken as a reward? I'll cook it when we get home and you can get chicken as a reward for being a good little boy.
Not just chicken. Chicken as a reward.
I eat
Sorry.
dog's food every day, but I'm just saying, like, extra chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I found them! I found my lost dogs!
Jesus Christ, that was so loud.
I found them!
Good for you.
Oh, guys, I am so happy. Whew. That was disastrous for a minute there. And by for a minute, I mean for quite a while. I thought they
Oh,
had
my inventory is
died.
pissing me off.
Yeah, murder the chicken. Oh, you guys are such a good boys. And girls. Can't wait to get a face cam and I can introduce everyone to my dog.
Yeah, like you're in real life dog.
Yes, my in real life dog.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I need a face cam to show them my Minecraft dogs, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bestie, we should make a new farm for chickens.
Why?
Because I have a bunch of eggs.
Well, we don't really need eggs. Oh, there's so many dogs now.
Calm down, jeez. Just go to sleep, man.
Hold on. I'm
Okay.
organizing.
You're organizing?
We can... we can build this sugarcane farm over here. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
I'm gonna sleep.
How many dogs do you have now?
It doesn't matter.
You wanna know how many dogs you have?
I do know, but why do you care?
I don't know.
You don't like them anyways.
Do 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 do.
You're so weird.
I'm not weird. You're weird.
Really? Have you met yourself?
I actually no. I don't think that's actually possible.
Okay. It is burning up in my room. I technically have a fan, but at the same time, do I want to stand up? No.
My fan is too loud, so I can't have it on while I'm streaming.
So you're dying?
Kinda sucks. A little bit,
Just a
but
little bit.
it's alright. Just a tad.
When you die from overheating, can I take your followers?
What?
What?
Okay, first of all, I only have 3 followers, so sure. If you really want.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, guys. I do streaming for fun.
So do I.
Okay, this is like all I want, so.
But at the same time, if you want to follow, following is great, and it makes me happy.
Yes. Following makes happy.
Yeah,
Most of the
you
time.
should follow me, and you should follow Acorn.
Yes, exactly.
We're amazing people, and we love each other, even though we
Yeah, we're good. We're good friends.
Such
So
good friends.
okay, where do you go? Like you just keep like leaving every morning. Like where are you going?
Somewhere.
You're scaring me.
Why?
You're like I don't know.
Literally, why?
I feel like you're setting up a trap or something.
Why would I set up a trap?
I don't know.
Cow, what the frick are you doing in here? Bro, frickin', you know the puppy dog pals, like frickin', Puppy Dog Pals,
What?
that show, Puppy Dog
No.
Pals?
No, I don't.
Have you never heard of Puppy Dog Pals?
No, it sounds like a furry show.
It's literally for kids and it's about dogs.
It's for kids? Why are you watching it?
I'm not watching it. I was asking if anyone has seen it, like, as a kid.
Ow.
Oh, did you get
There
hurt?
was a hole in the ground.
What? Did you say my
I'm
hole?
stuck in a hole. No, I'm stuck in a hole. What is wrong with you?
Seriously. What do you mean what is wrong with me? I thought you said I fell in your hole.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Okay, I'm sorry I suck at life and suck at hearing. At least I didn't frickin' make inappropriate. Remember, literally yesterday you were like, "Oh, you frickin' made like inappropriate lyrics to a Disney frickin' song."
Oh my god. First, make that. That's like a thing.
I was gonna say you sang it on my PG channel. It's not PG, I swear. But
Wait, so where are you? I'm actually so curious.
why?
I just want to know. Where are you?
Somewhere?
Oh, I see.
Somewhere over the rainbow way.
I see where you are.
No, you
I
don't.
may or may not be on your stream right now.
Frick you. I hate you. I hate you. Stop it!
You're making a little place for all your dogs.
Shut up.
Oh my god, that is abuse.
It's not abuse!
Yes, it is. You're leaving them in a little box underground. That's so evil.
Literally, there's a light in
I'm
there.
gonna
I
go
check
over
on them
there.
every day. They're with each other.
I'm going over there. I'm going over there.
No, you're not.
I am.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, I never said I was gonna kill them. Like, chill. I just wanna come over and visit.
Screw
I
you.
deserve that.
Why did you go onto my stream?
By going onto Twitch, and
I didn't
I
say
was already
no, I said
watching your stream.
why.
Well, because I wanted to know where you were. I don't know. I was curious, and then I was like, whoa.
You sneaky
Oh, wait.
little
Where is it? What are your chords?
What?
What are your chords?
You wanna know my chords?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wait. I hear this.
Oh, the sky's glitching.
Oh, they're like a big happy family.
What?
Your dogs are like a big happy family.
They are. They love each other and I love them. Wait, you found them?
Cool. Yeah.
Darn it.
I don't care. Like, what? I just thought it was funny.
Thought it was funny. You were like insulting my parenting choices.
You're what?
My parenting choices.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just that, they're in a little box. I'm
I'm
just a
gonna
little bit
grow it. I
concerned.
have a plan to grow it and make it bigger and more homely for them, but I haven't had
Oh,
the time.
okay. Alright, I trust that.
Good. Come on, dog, kill the chicken. So happy when my dogs accomplish great things like committing murder. That was a joke, guys. Murder is not a good thing. Don't commit murder.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I can't believe you freaking went onto my Twitch.
Hey, I'm giving you viewers, bro.
Where did that freaking chicken go?
Why are these trees so weirdly generated? Wait. Bam. I just MLG'd. Who left this tree floating?
You're the only one who's
It wasn't
mined
me.
trees here.
That was so loud. Also, that's not true.
It literally is. I have not mined any trees at our new home.
Yes, you have. You got birch at the start of the world. Who gets birch?
That's where we spawned. It wasn't.
Yeah, that was the area I was in.
Well, I literally
Just
would never.
saying.
Maybe you just suck at Minecraft.
I'm way better at Minecraft than you. Okay.
Screw you. You know what? I can ban you anytime I want to.
Okay.
Which reminds me, the server is glitching so much for me. So give me, what the frick is going on, you guys? Okay, hold up. I'm gonna
For me,
tell
it's
you.
just a little bit of lag. Oh, they left.
Okay,
Damn.
well, you always lag, so.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not messy for
The
me. It's
frickin'
just
trees are glitching and bugging and everything's just flashing, and I'm just like, holy shrimp, man.
sounds like a skill issue, to be honest.
You know what sounds like a skill issue?
Your face. Sorry, that was mean.
Here, I'll show you and tell you in a minute.
Oh, okay. I feel like we're being very toxic.
We love each other, though. You know?
Hello.
We hate each other for the views. You know, we love each other IRL, but for the views, man.
What did you you wanted to show me something?
Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take like a split second. What do you mean I'm freaking using ad blocker? I don't care.
The joke's kind of dead now. I'm gonna be real.
What joke?
The the joke we were making, but now it's just taking you forever to get it up, and it's like, I don't know.
What joke are we talking about? I'm lost.
The skill issue.
Wait, you were the one who told me it was a skill issue.
Yeah, and then you were like, "Oh, I'll show you something that's a skill issue," and then you were like, "Let me just get it," and then you haven't got it.
Give me a minute, jeez.
Exactly.
Just like freaking give me a second. I'm trying to sort out my thing because every time I turn on the Minecraft thing, it's glitching. Like, if I turn on my Minecraft viewing, it's just like... Did you flood the house again?
No.
Like, everything is flashing on my stream.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did not flood the house.
So I'm trying to figure out because it's flashing, but then, like, you know.
I really want to hit you.
You know what's gonna happen if you hit me?
Your dog's. This little puppy is gonna kill me.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna do that.
Okay, I'm trying to get my stream sorted out. I might have to end it soon.
Oh, really?
What?
Nothing.
Did you say
That's sad.
why?
I said okay.
Okay. Okay. You know, Bestie, you want to know what else is a skill issue?
What is a skill issue?
Getting banned.
Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. I see. I see how it is. So yeah, you actually banned me. Wow. Do you know how to unban me?
How to...
Do you know how to unban me?
Shut up.
Do you know how to unban people?
Yes!
Okay, then unban me.
I did! Okay, guys. I love you, but I really do have to end the stream because my Minecraft is glitching. So, I'm really sorry. But yeah, I gotta end the stream. So,
I'm gonna avoid again.
I hope you all enjoyed the stream. And if you did, please consider following. And if you're already following, tell your friends, unless you don't want to, in which case that's okay. I hope everyone has a fantabulous rest of your day, and I will see you all probably tomorrow when I stream either Minecraft or Sims. So, bye.